I've collected 10 Minecraft seeds that I think you need to try for your next Minecraft playthrough, or at the very least that I think you need to see. Minecraft doesn't spawn players into the world in the same spot every time. In fact, by default, there's a 21 by 21 block area in Java Edition and 10 by 10 block area in Bedrock Edition that is considered as your spawn radius around the actual world spawn point. In this seed, there's a small chance that you spawn into the world in a dripstone cave. Don't worry about that though, because you can just recreate the world and get a different spawn point, or just do what I did. Once you're out of the cave, you'll notice an absolutely incredible spawn area in this world. We have these beautiful frozen peaks mountains at spawn that form a circular area. There's some more mountainous terrain outside of the immediate spawn area too. In the middle of those spawn frozen peaks, there's a village in Java Edition. And as a reminder, I record on Java Edition, so those are the structures I'll show. On Bedrock Edition, structures generate in different locations, so they likely won't be there. And finally, we have this spot here. This is where the spawn cave generated for me. I think these big crater and cave areas always look really interesting. This floating dripstone and packed ice looks really cool. So yeah, that's just a really awesome spot to spawn into this world. There's something odd about this Minecraft seed. There's some pretty wild terrain at spawn. I'm sure somebody could figure out something cool to build around here. The water could be great to build around, and I think that spot could be incorporated into a build. And then we have the Woodland mansion with a witch hut on top of it. This just looks really cool. These huts aren't usually something I usually look for, but finding one conflict with a mansion like this is just awesome. The witch being stuck on the roof is just really funny. I don't know, just thought it looked really cool. You know, sometimes I see a Minecraft seed shared on Reddit that I know I need to share. And as you probably could have guessed, this is one of those. Found by Solo Experiencer, they described this as the perfect beginner's spawn. So the post shares a few locations and it starts with the spawn area. They described it as gentle hills rolling towards the sandy beach. And yeah, it's just a nice big plains biome with a ton of building space. The post also mentioned that there's a massive flower forest and sunflower plains nearby too. This adds some nice scenery to the area and gives you quick access to both trees and flowers. There's also a village pretty close to spawn. As said in the post, it's just a short walk away. The village has a blacksmith and it generates over some caves, which the post also references as the seed having plenty of for those who aren't a fan of digging. And finally, there's also an exposed zombie dungeon next to spawn too. This is awfully convenient, just in a great location. I really don't see many of these in modern Minecraft either, or at least I don't notice them as often. The seed really has a vibe of an old-timey Minecraft seed. I really like seeds that feel like an older version of Minecraft. The post claimed this as a perfect beginner spawn, and I'd have to agree. It's about as perfect of a seed to start a survival world on as possible in my opinion, especially for a Minecraft beginner. Seeds like this always look pretty cool. I know cherry groves have lost their luster a bit, but these cherry grove circles aren't necessarily the easiest to find, especially ones that generate right at spawn. I do still like the pink leaves too. This huge lake here is awesome too. Often when I'm looking for a lake in the middle of a cherry grove circle, it's more of the size of a pond. So this is just great. If you don't want to build in the cherry grove, there's lots of plains outside of it. There's a village over there, one with 3 churches over there, and one over there too. And there's this one. Having so much of the village generate down in this crater is just really awesome. We've even got some dripstone down here too. Definitely a really cool village. So not only do we get a cherry grove circle with a lake at spawn, but we have a village in a cave right next to it too. Just a really great Minecraft seed. I've been looking for villages that generate on lakes lately. I show plenty of ocean villages, which are obviously really cool, but I've thought it also looks pretty cool to see a village generate right on top of a deep lake too. This water actually goes down to deep slate at Y level -25. This big lake is near savanna, forest, plains, and ocean biomes. The village is nearly fully on top of the lake, with just small pieces of path off 2 sides of the lake. We get 2 churches, a mason's house, and a library in the village. I think this looks really cool. I'll probably look for more of these soon. The spawn of this seed just looks really cool. But before looking at it, let me just say that today's comment of the day is world. Use world in a comment and I'll heart your comment and maybe you'll be featured in my next video. But yeah, the spawn of this seed. I mean, look at this. I'm sure you could guess I was looking for tall mansions when I found this, but this one being covered looks so cool that I needed to share it too. It's almost fully covered too, with only this spot and these two spots sticking out aside from the front. One piece of advice, you may want to turn off fire spread when using this world, or quickly find and get rid of the lava if you don't want the mansion burning down. But yeah, this spawn looks really cool, and so does this spot over here. The windswept savanna is right next to a taiga, causing this really cool looking terrain. The village being here is just really awesome. This spot up here is just great. Just a fantastic area, just a fantastic Minecraft seed. I've shared so many videos with survival island seeds, and over that time, Shipwreck Islands have become a personal favorite of mine. It just makes it so that you can load into a Minecraft world and feel like you have a theme or something. The Shipwreck makes it feel like you crashed and got stuck on a deserted island. And looking around and seeing only ocean around really solidifies that feeling. I'll also say that I really like that this is a dark forest biome too. It gives a few different tree types and some giant mushrooms too. Plus it just has a different vibe than being like a typical plains island or something. So if you're looking to play Minecraft survival while stranded on an island, this is a great seed to do so. And if you're looking for more seeds for a variety of survival islands, check out my recent video with 25 survival island seeds. This seed has a spawn inside of a pretty big plains biome. There's a small cherry grove biome and some different mountain areas around too. There's a ruined portal village here too. These always look pretty awesome. There's another village right over there. But none of this is why I want to show this seed. Underneath all of that stuff at spawn, there's a lot to check out. We have this ancient city here, and as you can see, there's a mine shaft that is in the same spot too. We even have some dripstone cave areas down here too. I really like how the mine shaft and ancient city generate near each other at the city center. And that same city center has this deep slate and tuff around it because that's where the trial chamber generates. You can even see a little bit of it here. We can even see spots of the outside of the trial chamber poking through the mine shaft here. And you may have just noticed the final spot that I want to show you. Honestly, one of the coolest spawner dungeons I've seen. Oh, and by the way, this ancient city, yeah, it's a double ancient city. So these two structures are next to each other above ground. And below ground, there's a lot of structures around each other too. There's really not a whole lot I want or need to say about this seed. Pretty much just that there's two mountain circles that spawn connected to each other. We have this smaller one that I spawned at with a mini forest in the middle, and we have this one with a big meadow area in the middle. They're connected by this little spot here. The jagged peaks are really pointy. And if you don't have any plans for the mountains, there's a plains with a blacksmith village down there. Not sure why you would choose this seed if you don't want the mountains, but I figured I'd mention this anyway. But yeah, these double mountain circles are pretty cool, I think. I recently mentioned that I've been searching for the tallest woodland mansion I can find. I've flicked through about 800 seeds so far, and this is the tallest mansion I've found thus far. The process of looking through these tall mansions is pretty simple. I have a Cubazooer session with a woodland mansion at spawn near a high erosion windswept savanna. I'm just generating seeds from there and checking them out in game. And I'm just doing that while I watch the MLB and WNBA playoffs at night, so it's not too much of a hassle. Just by looking at the map, I can tell that some won't be tall too, so I can skip them without loading them in game. This mansion goes up to Y level 244. For reference, the generation height limit is 256, but I know somebody has found a mansion at 257 before. Knowing the sea level is 62, we know that this mansion is at least 182 blocks tall. But the mansion actually goes down below sea level, and the lowest point I could find is at 51. So that means this mansion from bottom to top is 193 blocks tall. The mansion looks really cool too. The windswept terrain causes this cave-like thing in the foundation here. That seems to be a fairly common thing with these tall mansions, I've noticed. And the entrance here actually goes all the way down to the ocean too, so it looks extra tall. But this one dirt block stops one row of cobblestone from going down all the way. And some of it also stops when it hits the windswept terrain here too. Aside from this side with the windswept terrain, the other two sides just have huge sections of cobblestone. So yeah, that's where I'm at on my tall woodland mansion seed search. If you want to see another tall mansion, check out the video on the left. YouTube will give you the video it thinks you'll like the most on the right. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.